If you've ever felt like your body reacts more intensely to stress, hormones, or even supplements than other people, there might be a biochemical reason for that. Today, I want to talk about a gene that changed how I understand my own body, the MTHFR gene. I'm positive for the MTHFR for both of the main variants on genetic testing, and understanding this has helped me finally support my detox pathways, my B vitamins, my nervous system, and honestly, my menopausal journey, and before my perimenopausal journey. This is for educational purposes, not medical advice, but it gives you the language and the direction you need and you've never been offered before. What MTHFR is actually an enzyme that sits right in the middle of your methylation cycle. Methylation is a fancy way of saying your body's ability to activate folate and B12 and make SAMe, which is your universal methyl donor, and then use this to detoxify your hormones and chemicals in your body and support your DNA repair, make your neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, regulate homocysteine and cardiovascular risk. So when the MTHFR is sluggish, methylation is sluggish. And when methylation is sluggish, a lot of systems feel it. There are two main variants of the MTHFR, which is the C677T and the A1298C. There are two common forms of the MTHFR that you'll hear about. You can have no variants of this when it comes back on your blood work or other genetic testing, one copy of the variant, two copies of one variant, or a mix of those both variants. These changes can reduce MTHFR enzyme activity, which means you don't convert folate into an active form of 5-MTHF as efficiently as you could, and that it can impact your methylation, your homocysteine, your neurotransmitters, and your hormone metabolism. On my own genetic testing, I carry both variants, which helped me understand why my nervous system, my mood, and my hormones felt sensitive, especially in menopause and perimenopause. So, why perimenopause can hit harder when you have the MTHFR is because your body is constantly trying to clear things out. It tries to clear out used estrogen, stress hormones, environmental toxins, neurotransmitters, histamine, and other inflammatory molecules. Methylation, which depends heavily on the MTHFR, is one of the key ways your body tags these molecules so you can detox them and move them out. For women, this becomes especially important with estrogen. Estrogen is metabolized into different forms. Those forms then need to be methylated and inactivated so they don't keep irritating tissues. Methylation and the COMT enzyme work together to neutralize potentially harmful estrogen metabolites. If the MTHFR is sluggish, your methyl donors are limited. They can mean slower estrogen detox, more chance of estrogen dominance, and a body that feels extremely backed up chemically. In perimenopause, estrogen is already spiking and crashing. Add impaired methylation to that, and you can see heavier periods, more PMS, breast tenderness, mood swings, anxiety, sleep disruption. So yes, MTHFR can absolutely intensify perimenopause symptoms for some women because the detox side of the equation can't keep up with the hormonal roller coaster. The MTHFR also impacts how you recycle neurotransmitters, your serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine. These are deeply tied to mood, motivation, focus, and resilience. Research has linked the MTHFR polymorphisms with higher homocysteine, increased risk of depression and some psychiatric symptoms, different responses to antidepressants, and more emotional sensitivity, especially in midlife for women. On top of that, Methylation also helps regulate the HPA axis. This is your stress response system. Poor methylation can contribute to more volatile cortisol patterns in perimenopause. So if you feel like stress hits you harder, you need more recovery time. Your perimenopause came with a new level of emotional intensity. MTHFR may be one of those threads in that web. You can find out about your MTHFR status in a few ways. Conventional or functional labs that run specific MTHFR genotyping, looking for those specific variants. Consumer genetic testing like Dutch test and ZRT testing. You can download your raw data and have it interpreted by a knowledgeable practitioner. And if you choose to test, I always recommend you work with someone, a practitioner who understands this. So methylation, hormones, your full health picture, that you want a practitioner that can understand all of that, because a gene is information, not a sentence. So what can you do to support your methylation? Again, this is for education, not a personalized prescription, but here are some foundations many practitioners use to support methylation and the MTHFR. Nutrients with guidance from a practitioner, such as methylcobalamin, B12, a methylated form of B12, methylfolate, 5-MTHF, the active form of folate, B6 and riboflavin, B2 cofactors for methylation cycle. Magnesium supports hundreds of enzymatic reactions. Choline, and additional methyl donors that help support your liver. And a quality multivitamin with bioavailable B vitamins. Lifestyle support, reducing alcohol and ultra-processed foods that burden detox. Prioritizing sleep, this is when the detox and repair ramp up. Supporting liver and gut health with fiber, the right fiber, and hydration with whole foods. Your nervous system, you can start meditation and breath work and emotional processing to reduce the chemical load of chronic stress. For many women, small changes here create big shifts. Energy, mood, PMS, perimenopause, brain fog, sensitivity to stress, and so on. So, in closing, if your perimenopause feels louder and your emotions feel bigger and your body feels more reactive than other people's, it may not be all in your head. MTHFR is one piece of the shift, a genetic clue that helps you understand how your body detoxes, how your brain makes neurotransmitters, and how your hormones move through your system. If this gave you language for what you've been feeling, I'd love for you to subscribe to the Vital Shift Wellness. Drop a comment if you've been told you have the MTHFR and what you've done for that. And share this with another woman who might be feeling like you to make sense of her symptoms. Let's Talk Shift is about exactly this. Turning information into embodied understanding so you can work with your body, not against it. We don't fight age. We definitely redefine it.